Welcome back to the news at 10. The new Inspector General of Police, Sulaiman Abba, has taken over the helm of affairs with a pledge to provide safety and security for all Nigerians. Mr. Abba said that the police will protect citizens and respect human rights while promoting community partnerships to prevent social disorder in the country. Our correspondent Amaka Okafor reports.
The former Inspector General of Police, Mr. Mohammed Abubakar, hands over to his successor, Sulaiman Abba. Mr. Abubakar thanked all Nigerians for the opportunity to serve and expressed satisfaction that he is leaving the police in capable hands.
He's an officer who listens, who takes advice, who is smart, who have the ability and the capacity to be able to run the force. So therefore, I will beg officers and men of the police who are in service to please, as you supported me, as you stood by me, as you partner with me, please give him the same cooperation, if not more.
Having taken over the mantle of leadership, the new Inspector General promised to hit the ground running, consolidating on past efforts while building new ones.
We intend to build on those positive aspects that are firmly entrenched and to reinvigorate those areas where giant strides are expected. It is also, however, also necessary to give attention to specific issues that are critical or of critical concern to the nation and to the police.
Of critical importance to the new police chief are the rising cases of insurgency, respect for human rights and community policing to ensure that the country is rid of crimes and criminality.
Our mission is to provide safety and security in Nigerian communities, protect and respect human rights, and promote community partnership in preventing and controlling social disaster.
While assuring Nigerians of his commitment to safeguard lives and properties, he warned that indiscipline and unprofessional conduct will not be tolerated in the police. Amaka Okafor, Channels Television News.
All phone brand owners in the Nigerian market must now have inbuilt unique identification installed that will clearly separate them from substandard ones. This stiff measure follows the recent clampdown on substandard phones in the country by the Standards Organization of Nigeria. At a forum with dealers in Lagos, the Director General of the SON, Mr. Joseph Odumodu, says recent statistics indicate that more Nigerians now suffer malignant conditions owing to excessive radiation from the substandard phones in the market.
Because a lot of countries have put in place systems to reject counterfeit phones, what is happening? They are bringing them to where there is a weak regulatory framework. They are bringing them to Nigeria, the largest economy in Africa. But one thing I want to assure you is that it won't happen again. Today marks a reversal of that process. In the next 3 or 4 months, you can bring your counterfeit phones, but they will not be able to run on the Nigerian network. Even some of you who are brand owners, we know how you bring the phones in. We've never seen an invoice. We've never seen duties paid to government. And I know, I'm not talking about all of them, but I know, I'm sure the people who I'm talking to know what I'm saying. We will ensure that those products that are not able to provide additional features to protect the consumer, we would remove them.
Private sector players in Nigeria and Ghana are set to establish a regulatory council to check the list of prohibited goods from both countries. Now, this is in a bid to have a smooth trade relationship that will foster economic integration between the two nations. The plan to achieve this goal was revealed at a business forum organized in Lagos by the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI. At the forum, the Ghana Minister of Trade and Investment, Haruna Idrisu, and the Vice President of LCCI, Adenike Akonde, explained the strategy adopted to achieve their economic plan.
Do business in Ghana, and that must be reciprocated within Nigeria. Nigeria still has their prohibited list, which has to be revised as a demonstration to regional ECOWAS protocols and obligations. And Ghana and Nigeria must both open up its markets for citizens to trade freely and to do business freely. We are committed to that, and we are establishing the legal and regulatory regime to do that.
Once we have this council in operation, everything will fall into place. And all the ambassadors of the two countries will be at work trying to promote all this regional integration. The minister said their doors are open for people to come and do business. In Nigeria too, we also have a similar Nigeria Incentive Investment Promotion Commission, but maybe people don't know much about it. You want to start business in Nigeria, it's a one-stop agency.
The Ogun State government has announced a budget performance of 67.17% as of June 30th against 61.26% in the corresponding period of 2013. At a press briefing in Abeokuta, the state capital, the State Commissioner for Budget and Planning, Mrs. Oluwande Moyo, also announced a huge success in the effort to increase the state's internally generated revenue. It's still earnings season, and more second quarter results have continued to flop. The Markets Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC has declared a 10% rise in its revenue for the second quarter of this year. Profit before tax fell 24.4% to 8.22 billion naira compared to 10.87 billion naira recorded last year. Profit after tax also declined by 28% to 5.36 billion naira from 7.53 billion naira a year ago. Net assets, however, climbed by 1.3% to 83.55 billion naira, up from 82.48 billion naira in 2013. The Nigeria equities market ended the week on a negative note and back below the 42,000 benchmark. BC Adebayo has details of trading today.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The bears maintained their grip on the Nigeria equities market, pushing the key broad index further south and back below the 42,000 benchmark. The all-share index tumbled by 0.39% to end the week at 41,934.43. Market capitalization also fell to 13.84 trillion naira. Nestle, Seplat Petroleum Development Company, and Guarantee Trust Bank failed to appeal to investors as they lost 14 naira, 10 naira 62 kobo, and 1 naira 1 kobo respectively. On the advances list, Forte Oil was the highest gainer with 10 naira 9 kobo ahead of Flour Mills of Nigeria. Guarantee Trust Bank now tops the day's activity charts with 55.04 million units churned out. At the end of the day's session, 5.93 billion naira was exchanged for 276.50 million shares in close to 5,000 deals. And that's a wrap on the stock market reports. I am BC Adebayo.
That's also a wrap on business news tonight. It's back to Ijoma for the rest of the news at 10 tonight.
First Bank,
Still ahead on the news at 10, Nigeria's Chika Amalaha faces 2-year ban as the Commonwealth Games Federation strips her of the weightlifting gold medal after failing dope tests. That's on sports. Do join us again.